Our story today is called Someday We'll Have Very Good Manners. We talk a lot about manners in our class at school, and I found this book and I thought, ooh, I did not use this yet this year. So we're going to read it. Here's our title page. This is a bigger book. Let me tilt the screen a little bit. I think there we go, it'll work better. Someday we'll have very good manners. The author is Harriet Seifert, and she did what? She wrote the story. The illustrator is Chris Damarist, and Chris Damarist did the pictures, right? Here we go. Listen close. See if you remember any of the things that we talk about in school, and then after the story, we'll talk a little bit about manners. Let me try to turn it here the best I can. When we grow up, we're going to have very good manners. I'll be so polite. Now, that's what they're saying is going to happen. But right now, he's going, my turn. And she says, but I just got it. I'll always say please. There he took the helmet and said, I'll take that too. She says, hey, is that being polite? No. And I'll say thank you. Did he say thank you there? No. When I answer the telephone, I'll say, hello, who's calling, please? Instead of saying, hey, what do you want? That's not so polite. And if I make a call, I'll say, hello, may I please speak to Emily? Instead of saying, hey, where's Emily? We'll remember to wipe our feet. Last one in is a rotten egg. What happens if we go in mommy's house or grandma's house or somebody else's house and we have wet, muddy feet? Yeah, we get it all over the rug. We won't barge in. We'll remember to knock. Mom, Mom! Wow. I'll wait patiently in line and I won't lose my temper. There they are in line. What's he doing up here? He's pulling her hair. Is that nice? No. Here he says, hurry up. Your turn is almost over. That's not waiting patiently. I'll take turns. All those friends are waiting and he's just hanging on the tire. I'll offer my seat. Here he's sitting and a poor grandma is standing there with all her groceries. I'll hold the door open. Look up here. He left the door go shut and they spilled their popcorn and drinks. When we grow up, we're going to have very good table manners. put a napkin on my lap and I'll use it. Is this what our napkin is for? No. I'll cut with my knife and eat with my fork. I'll try liver. He's playing with his food. Do we do that? Not if we're being polite. Here, he's giving food to the dog. He didn't even try it. We won't know if we like something if we don't try. I'll say please, and I'll say excuse me. He'll say please instead of saying, hey, give me that. And uh-oh, he really does need to say excuse me. Burp. Not so good. I'll wait until everyone is served, and I won't run off before everyone is finished. We do that in our class. When we get our snack, we say we wait until everybody is served and then we sing our thank you song. That's the polite way to do it. And look, he ate. Everybody was still getting their food. He's eating. And now he's done. Everybody else is eating. And he's going to run away. He gets up from the table. Not so polite. When we grow up, our parents will be proud of our good manners. When we grow up, we won't scream or yell or shout. It's mine! Is that polite? We won't interrupt. I want! I need! Uh-oh, Mom's on the phone trying to talk, and they're pulling on her and yelling. When we get presents, we'll remember to say thank you for thinking of me. His grandma, I guess, might be his grandma, got him this cool hat, and he says, oh, that hat is for babies. How do you think that makes grandma feel? Not so good, I bet. If we don't like a present, we won't say anything mean out loud. This present is really small. Lots of good things come in very small boxes. Someday we'll be grown up. Yuck! Peas again! Mom doesn't look like that made her feel so good. Someday we'll have manners. Look, Ma, he's so... Not thinking something nice, I don't think. But for now, we're just kids. You guys are just kids. But we've been learning about manners, and I know your moms and dads or special grown-ups talk to you about using your manners. I've heard some of them. What should we say if we want something? We should say, please. And then when we get that, what should we remember to say? Thank you. Please and thank you. They're easy words to remember. We need to practice saying them. And we got to be careful of the words we say. Sometimes we might think things, but it's not okay to say them. The other day, my grandson came and he had some schoolwork to do, and he was kind of upset because he didn't want to come. He wanted to be home playing his games. And he said, Grandma, I didn't want to come today. And I said to him, "Now, was that a nice thing to say to Grandma?" And then after a while, he did say that wasn't very nice. And I told him the same thing. Sometimes we think things, but that doesn't mean we have to say them out loud. Maybe you might get a present someday, and maybe it might be not something that you really didn't want. Is it nice to kind of throw it to the side and say, "I didn't want that anyway"? No, that hurts the person's feelings. So be polite, just smile and say thank you. And keep up here what you're really thinking. Sometimes that's okay. At the table, we should remember things like not to burp, not to get up and blow our nose. Wait till everyone is served. And what do you say? What can you say that's polite when you're ready to get up? You could say, "May I be excused?" Remember, if someone is talking on the phone, we don't want to interrupt. It might be something very, very important that mom or dad or any other special grown up is talking to someone about. So we use our manners and wait patiently, and then they might say to the person they're talking to, "Excuse me," and they'll ask you what you need. If you're calling someone, the polite thing to do is to say, "Hello, my name is," I would say, "Mrs. Almoney," and then you would say, "May I talk to," maybe if I was calling Mrs. Eiler, I would say, "Hello, is Mrs. Eiler there?" or "May I talk to Mrs. Eiler?" When you're saying hello, when somebody calls you, you could say, "Hello," answer politely and say hello. And if they ask to talk to somebody else in your family, you could maybe say, "May I ask who's calling?" And so you could be very polite in the phone. You guys have manners, and a lot of times you use them. You're getting better because we talk about them all the time. But remember to use your manners. What will happen if you grow up using good manners? How proud will that make your parents and grandparents of you? And how good would it make you feel knowing that you're using your manners and people think you're a very nice, polite person? Have a good day.